Uh, Hi, uh, I'm Taylor, aka Pidquin402, and hold on, sorry, I had to take out my headphones, but today's stream uh will be all about my favorites pop culture edition. Anyone that knows me knows that I love TV shows. I love music, movies. I'm not a fan of books, but I will be covering books. And within this whole video stream, I will mention like my favorite songs from these artists, my favorite characters, least favorite characters from these shows, and my favorite quotes from the movies. Maybe even include quotes from the TV shows. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so we're gonna start with TV shows. I've watched quite a few TV shows in my day, and I'm gonna go from 10 to 1, like a countdown. Uh, we'll scratch that. I'll just go from 1 to 10 because my musician list is pretty extensive because I listen to a lot of music. And that's not even half the people I have on this list aren't even half of the people I listen to. So we'll see how it goes. My favorite TV shows. Number 1, One Tree Hill. I have been a fan of One Tree Hill since I was a kid. Well, actually not since I was a kid, but for quite some time. My sister introduced me to it, and I fell in love with it. And my favorite character from the show is Jamie. I like him a lot because he he's he's just a normal kid and he loves his parents. He's very optimistic and I love that about him. And he's funny too. Uh, my least favorite character from the show is actually a tie. It's a tie. Nanny Carey and Dan Scott. I I hate Nanny Carey because she's so manipulative and she's just not a person that you want to hang out with. And yeah. And Dan, you have to watch the series. If you've ever seen One Tree Hill, you know why I hate Dan. But if you've never seen One Tree Hill, go and find it on Netflix, Hulu Plus, whatever. Go and find it and watch it. You'll realize why I hate Dan. Okay, number 2, Glee. I've been a fan of Glee since for quite some time. I started watching it in like season 3, but I got into the show before season 3 through YouTube. It was up in my recommended feeds, and I was like, I want to watch this, but I did just to check it out. And I started getting to know the characters without even wanting to, and fell in love with it. My favorite character on the show is Blaine. I love Blaine. He's good looking. He can sing, and he's he's made quite a few mistakes, and he's like the only real human character on that show. I'm not saying like those other characters are not human, but he's one of the select few because we're humans. We make mistakes, and so I love Blaine. My least favorite character on the show is a tie for Terry Delmonico and Carl Howell. I hate Terry because of what she did to Will. I hate Carl because of how what he did to Emma and how he was treating Emma. He didn't really love her. He was just trying to make Will jealous and didn't like it. Number 3, MASH. I have been a fan of this show for a couple of years now, and I remember growing up and this show was like was showing reruns, and it was and I remember me and my sister never wanted to watch it. I just recently got into it, and I love it. I love season 6 all the way to the last season. Those are my favorite seasons because I feel like Hawkeye, my favorite character is Hawkeye. I feel like he was more fun with BJ than he was with Trapper John. So yeah, my least favorite character is a tie for two: Frank Burns and Colonel Henry Blake. I hate Frank because he he tries to act like he's a great surgeon when in reality he's not. He wasn't a great surgeon, and he he was cheating on his wife. Nothing worse than that. And I hate uh, Colonel Henry Blake because he was that character that you're like, why is he in a medical unit? He does not look like a doctor. And he wasn't that great of a doctor. He wasn't that great of a leader. So yeah. Number 4, Under the Dome. I I watched that show up until the series finale. I started watching that show from the very beginning. And then the reason why it's below MASH and it's not my third favorite show is because of the series finale. Because of the series finale, it was such a crappy series finale that it's not in my top 3. My favorite character on the show is Barbie. I love Barbie. He is he is he was in the military. He 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 was good looking as well. And although he had some issues in like season 3, he in the final season he never forgot where he came from. He never forgot about Julia, and he never let it get to him. And I love that. My least favorite character is Dawn. I hate Dawn more than I hate Junior. Dawn is very manipulative, and she should have never been created. Yeah, horrible person. Number 5 is Roseanne. I love this show. I got the complete series on DVD for Christmas this past year, and I was watching it during my whole break that I had, and I love that show. That show is my jam. That show is it's such an amazing show. My favorite character on the show is Roseanne, of course, because she reminds me of a lot of my mom. I see a lot of my mom in Roseanne, and that's what I love about it. Uh, my least favorite character is probably Mark. I just never really got him, and he just didn't seem like a great person. Uh, Number 6, we're going to my favorite, and when I say my favorite, I mean my favorite cartoon of all time, Rugrats. I loved Rugrats growing up, and I still love Rugrats. I had like merchandise. I had the Game Boy games. I had a, a Rugrats blanket. I still have a Rugrats pillowcase. It's not with me, but it's with my parents. But I still have that. And it's always been my favorite show. I had it on VHS. I went and saw Rugrats live as a kid. I Rugrats has always been my favorite cartoon. Will always be my favorite cartoon. My favorite character on the show is Chucky because I relate a lot to Chucky because he was scared of like everything, and that's how I was growing up. And he was always he was unsure about doing certain things, and that's how I was growing up. So I relate a lot to him. My least favorite character is probably Charlotte Pickles, Angelica's mom. She was just very like she didn't seem like a mom. She seemed more like a businesswoman, and I always thought, like, why you why are you not even paying attention to your daughter? And you give her like whatever she was, and that's not a parent. Yeah. Number 7, SpongeBob SquarePants. I love this show, and my favorite character on the show is Patrick because he's funny and he's an idiot. And if you ever saw the episode where SpongeBob goes and takes his buddy exam, and Patrick's giving him all the answers, Patrick is so dumb that you would think that like how is you think like he's so dumb. How is he able to pass? How is he able to drive a boat when he's that dumb? Makes no sense, but it's hilarious. Uh, my least favorite character is Pearl. Pearl is very annoying, and I just don't like Pearl. She's like very needy, and she likes to boss people around, and she wants everything, and she wants her dad to uh, get her everything, get it for her. She can't even get her own job. Number 8, The Voice. I love this show. I love the whole concept of it. I love the fact that if you're not the prettiest person in the world, but you have have such an amazing voice, you can get on The Voice, and that's what I love about it. My favorite people on the show are I love Adam. Although I'm from Oklahoma, I do like Blake, but I like Adam a lot better because I feel like he understands the pitch and all that with your voice and all that. So he's definitely my favorite. My least favorite is probably Gwen. Gwen should have never been on that show. She doesn't have a great voice. Number 9, Cat Dog. I got the whole complete series of Cat Dog for Christmas this past year, and I love that show. I love Dog because he acts like a dog. He acts like most dogs, and I love that. My least favorite character is the rabbit. I forgot what his name was, but I hated him because he never liked Cat Dog, and he didn't like him. Number 10, Tom and Jerry. I love Tom and Jerry. Who doesn't love violence in cartoons? Uh, Jerry, because he always wins, and he always comes up with the funniest like things to do to Tom, and yeah, but I hate Tom. I just don't like Tom. But without Tom, there would be no Tom and Jerry. So be thankful for that. Now on to musicians. This list is long, so prepare yourself. Jackson. I've been a fan of his forever, for as long as I can remember. And my favorite song of his is "You Are Not Alone." That it reminds me of my grandfather, and I love that song so much. Number 2, The Beatles. I've been a fan of the Beatles since I was a kid, and I'm not joking. It's Hey Jude. I love that song. I've always loved that song. Number 3, The Jackson 5. My favorite song of the Jackson 5 is ABC. I've loved that song. Number 4, Hanson. A lot of people diss Hanson. You try writing a song when you're 11. You try writing a song when you're 10, 12, and 16 years old, and see how well you do it. So give him credit. I give him credit for it. Plus, I'm from Tulsa, and I love their music. My favorite song of theirs is Umbop. I love that song so much. It's what got me into Hanson, actually. Number 5, the Beach Boys. I've been a fan of the Beach Boys since I was a kid. My family knows. Number 6, Celine Dion. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of flack. She's been given a lot of flack for quite some time, and a lot of people say that she should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I have to disagree with that because she deserves it. A lot of people said she can't sing. And I'm like, uh, then her deceased husband, Rene Angelil, would have never taken a mortgage out of his house if he didn't believe that she could sing. If he didn't believe in her. He took out a mortgage. He took a mortgage out of his house because he believed in her. And she was actually influenced by Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson was the reason why she is doing what she's doing now, because she decided to go and learn English because of him. She was like, if I'm ever going to go and be on stage with him one day, I gotta learn English. So she did. And it's because of him. My favorite song of hers is My Heart Will Go On. I always loved that song. Number 7, Garth Brooks. I've been a fan of Garth Brooks since I was a kid. My whole family loves Garth Brooks, except for my sister's husband, my brother-in-law. That's for another time. Another story for another time. My favorite song of his is Shameless. I love Shameless. That's my favorite song of his. Number 8, Carrie Underwood. I've been a fan of her since the beginning, since she was on American Idol. And funny story, my sister didn't like Carrie Underwood when she was on American Idol. She liked Bo Bice. She thought Bo Bice was going to win American Idol, and so me, my dad, and my mom were like, no, Carrie's going to win. It's going to be Carrie. Who was right? Me, my mom, and my dad. And my sister, when Some Hearts came out, she fell in love with Carrie Underwood. She likes her now. And I'm like, I thought you didn't like Carrie Underwood. And she's like, well, it's because Dad plays her all the time in the house, so I can't really get away from it. My favorite Carrie Underwood song is "Don't Forget to Remember Me." That was the first song of hers I ever memorized lyrics to, and I love that song. Number 9, Bon Jovi. I've been a fan of Bon Jovi for quite some time, and I love their music. I've seen them in concert, amazing show. I would go and see him again. Same way with Carrie Underwood and Garth Brooks, for that matter, and Hanson, although I've seen him 6 times. Excuse me. Is We've Got It Going On. It's on their album Lost Highway. That song, I find every chance I get, I will rock out to that song. Number 10, Maroon 5. I've been a fan of Maroon 5 for quite some time. I own their album, Songs About Jane. And I love that album. My favorite song of theirs is She Will Be Loved. Second. Yeah. But I love She Will Be Loved. That song is such an amazing song. Number 11, and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack on this person, but I don't care. That's Jesse McCartney. I've been a fan of his since his Dream Street days. My sister actually loved every single member of Dream Street except for the other blonde. Not Jesse McCartney, but the other blonde. And I remember telling my sister, oh, he's cute. And I pointed to Jesse McCartney, didn't know who he was. And I didn't realize it until about years later that I realized that it was Jesse McCartney. And I was like, what? He was in Drink Shit? I had a crush on him too. My favorite song of his is Body Language. It's from his album Departure Recharged. I find every chance I get, I will dance to that song, and it's amazing. Number 12, David Cook. I've been a fan of Idol, and my favorite song of his is Time of My Life. I love that song so much. Number 13, One Republic. I've been a fan of One Republic for quite some time, and I love their music so much. Their music is just so amazing. And my favorite song of theirs is Something I Need. It's from their album Native, and if you have not heard that song, you need to. It's amazing. Rascal Flatts. I've been a fan of Rascal Flatts for quite some time, and I love their music. I love Joe Don Rudy. He is so cute. Oh my goodness. My favorite song of theirs is What Hurts the Most, because I think about my grandfather that I've lost, and it's just such a sad song. Number 15, Fleetwood Mac. I've been a fan of Fleetwood Mac for I don't know, for a while now, and I love their music. And my favorite song of theirs is Landslide with Silver Springs coming in a close second. I love Landslide so much. I love the version where she dedicates it to Lindsey Buckingham. I love that. Another, I love Aerosmith. I love their music, and my favorite song of theirs will always be Dream On. I love Dream On. Because I love how Steven Tyler was able to hit those high notes and sound beautiful. Sound amazing. Number 17, Brooks and Dunn. I've been a fan of Brooks and Dunn for a while now, and I love their music. I was a little shocked and a little upset that they had broken up, but I'm glad that they're getting back together for Las Vegas with Reba McEntire. I'm happy about that. But I love Brooks and Dunn. My favorite song of theirs is Red Dirt Road, because it's talking about like how like you live on this red dirt road, and you grow up on this area, and you experience many firsts in this area, and it's such an amazing song. Go and check it out. Red Dirt Road, Brooks and Dunn. Number 8. I've been a fan of Reba McEntire since I was a kid. I love her music. My favorite song, I'm a Survivor, and if you saw my 20 video about me, you probably know that I almost died, and that's why I relate to that song so much, because I almost died, and I'm a survivor. Number 19, Toby Keith. My whole family loves Toby Keith Dunn, and Keith is such an amazing person. He loves my school. He supports my school and everything that we do, and he's such an amazing performer. I love his song American Soldier because it's such a powerful song and so amazing. And thank you to all the troops overseas who may be watching this video for everything that you do. Because of you, I'm in college right now. So thank you. Number 20, Stevie Wonder. My family loves Stevie Wonder. I love his music. My favorite song of his is Stay Gold, with these 3 words coming in a close second. But I love Stay Gold because it's such a powerful song. It's amazing song. If you have not heard it, look it up. Now we're going on to movies. Sorry, I'm a little sick right now. Number one, my favorite movie of all time is also my favorite song of all time, called My Girl. This movie, oh my goodness, I love this movie. My favorite line out of the whole movie is when is that Tom and she goes up to Thomas J and uh, she goes up to Thomas J's coffin and says, "Want to go tree climbing, Thomas J? His face hurts. And where's his glasses? He can't see without his glasses. Put his glasses on. Acrobat. He's gone, sweetheart. He's gone. Let go of me." That's my favorite scene, and I always cry during that scene. If you have not seen that scene, look it up. You will cry. I know more than any other Disney. Bambi, Fox and the Hound, and Lion King combined. I still have seen Finding Nemo more. But I love that movie so much. My favorite line of the whole movie is actually a scene where they're towards the bottom of the ocean. They're about to meet the anglerfish, and dark, and Marlon grabs on he's grabbing onto Dory, and Dory's like, "Are you my conscience?" Yes, I'm your conscience. We haven't heard. And I want you to tell me, do you see anything? See a light? Am I dead? That's my favorite scene out of the whole movie. Uh, Number 3, My Girl 2. I love this movie so much. And my favorite scene out of the whole movie is when Harry and Veda are doing bowling. And she's like, Veda tells Harry, she's like, "I'm 13. Maybe it's time I start looking for an apartment." And Harry drops his bowling ball. That's my favorite line. But I also like the one with the Partridge Family. Like, did you hear that, Dean? You can say, Dean. Yeah, Dean Martin. Look at the eyes. I love that scene, but my favorite is the whole bowling scene. Number 5. Number 4. West Side Story. West Side Story is my favorite musical of all time. And my favorite line is when uh, Anita corrects Tony when he says "Buenas noches," and he's like, "It's a little too early for Buenas noches," and I love that scene. But my no, actually my favorite is when Anita and Bernardo are fighting, and they're and Bernardo uh, and he is like, "Woman, she's in America now," or something like that. I love that whole scene. Yeah, I like no. My favorite is when they're saying America, and and uh, Bernardo's like, "I think I'll go back. I think I'll go back to San Juan," and Anita's like, "I know a boat you can get on. Bye bye." I love that. I love that scene. I love the whole movie. Number 5, Forrest Gump. I've seen this movie too many times, and I love it. My favorite line out of the whole movie is, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get." Because it's so true to life. Number 6, Titanic. I love Titanic. This movie is one of my favorites, for sure. And it's my favorite line out of the whole movie is when Jack is when Rose is on the door or picture or whatever she's on, and she's out in the ocean, and she's like, uh, there's a boat coming after her, and she's trying to get its attention, but she can't because she's holding on to Jack, and she's like, "I'll never let go." That's my favorite line. Number 7, Saving Private Ryan. This is my favorite military movie, and I love this movie. And my favorite line out of the whole movie is when uh, I don't know the exact line, but it's the scene where they finally meet Private Ryan, when they finally see him, and uh, they're like, "You gotta go. Your brothers are dead. You gotta go. You gotta go home. You're going home." And Ryan, Private Ryan's like, "I'm not leaving my men behind. We gotta guard this bridge." I love that whole scene. Number 8, The Notebook. I love this movie. I love, oh my goodness, I love it. My favorite line out of the whole movie, it's actually not a line, it's a scene where uh, and older Noah are at the nursing home, and their kids come by, and the kids are having to act like they're meeting their mom for the first time. And I love that whole scene, and I think the kids are very stuck up, and they just they don't care, they don't give a flying flip about their mom. They're like, mom is gone, she doesn't remember you, and let's just go home. Like, yeah, I love that whole scene. Number 9, I put The Blind Side on this paper, but actually my favorite is The Outsiders. I love this movie so much. Oh my goodness. This is one of my favorite movies. And my favorite line out of the whole movie is the scene where Ponyboy's reading the letter that Johnny had given to him, put in the book Gone with the Wind. And he's like, those kids' lives are worth more than mine. And and he's giving this whole speech about what Robert Frost meant in that poem, and I love that whole scene. Number 10, The Sound of Music. I love this movie. This is my second favorite musical. I love the music in it, and and I love like my favorite scene is, well, my favorite line is when Maria meets the children for the first time, and she's given this dog whistle, and so she blows whistle, and she's like, "What shall I call you?" or something like that. She's like, yeah, she's like, what's your command, Captain? And yeah, and it's so hilarious. Like, I love that whole movie. Books. My top favorite book is The Shining by Stephen King. I love this book. I love the movie as well, but the book is very. I love that book so much. Number two, Moonwalk. This is an autobiography by Michael Jackson, and I love this book. I love the fact that he wrote this book, and he gives the truth about what happened in his childhood and how he started singing, and I love that. Number three, Walk a Journey to Awareness, to Action, and to Hope. I love that book so much, and there's like towards the end there's a couple of like lines about like uh that would be great for a valedictorian speech, say like how uh I don't remember the exact line, but it was like uh talking about like true courage or something like that, and I love that. I love that book. It's by S.E. Hinton. If you've never read that book, you need to read it. It's amazing. Uh, oh, going back to the third one, it's written by Hanson and Billy Cerveny. Check that one out too. Number five, The Glass Castle. I'm not entirely for sure who wrote the book, but it's an autobiographical book, and the only books that I know of that I've ever read that where I didn't see the movie, because there was no movie that went along with this book, where I could give you a detailed account of what happened in the book. I had to read this book my junior year in high school, and I fell in love with this book. I loved everything about it. It's just about this girl who's on the run, who her and her family are on the run. They're moving all the time, and her dad promises that he's going to build this glass castle, and yeah, I don't want to give away the ending, but I would go and check it out. And that is it. Like I said, I'm not a big book reader. I just don't really like books. Now, give me a good fan fiction, I'll read that any day. But books, oh my goodness, I can't do it. Sometimes I get bored just reading fan fictions, especially if it's like a really super long one. I'm just like, and there's like no dialogue in it. It's just like, I hate it. But I won't be uploading videos for quite some time because uh, next week is Dead Week for me, and the week after is uh, so I won't be uploading videos that often. But I will try to upload videos while at home. They won't be live streaming either. Won't be in live streams, but it's cool. I'm gonna have to do it when my parents aren't home because my mom thinks it's weird that I upload videos to YouTube and that I talk to myself on through this camera. So I have to uh, while work and while my dad's working. So yeah, and I might not be uploading as often, but I will try to upload. And please send me some suggestions. I wasn't going to upload in the first place, but that didn't happen. But I was like, no, I better upload because I haven't uploaded in a while. So uh, and upload maybe in like next month, like middle of next month or Okay. Please don't forget to comment, like, subscribe. I mean, it helps me out. And send me some suggestions as well. I might do like a challenge video with my sister one time, one day. Like we might do like a Disney song challenge. We'll see how that goes. And or I might have her include my new Disney song. She's probably seen more Disney movies than I have, but we'll see. So make sure you send me some suggestions, and don't forget to subscribe because it's right down there. It's right down there. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.